Avengers Endgame is finally upon us, and I, for one, am sick and tired of waiting! The Marvel Cinematic Universe has been an absolute roller coaster of events, with plenty of ups and downs with it. And so, to celebrate its release, I thought I'd take a look at one of the most beloved fighting game series of all time, Marvel vs. Capcom. Greetings, welcome ladies and gents, I'm the Super Gamer, and sorry that this video is a little bit late to the release of Avengers Endgame. I had my 18th birthday a while back, and I wanted to just celebrate that before reviewing this game. But regardless, the final Avengers movie is here. So to celebrate, I thought it'd be a good time to take a look at one of the most iconic fighting game franchises of all time, Marvel vs. Capcom. But specifically for this video, Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Now, when it comes to the story of UMVC3, it's virtually non-existent. This game was released before the days where an in-game story in fighting games was commonplace. UMVC3 was released in 2011, which coincidentally was released 7 months after Mortal Kombat 9, which had a great story mode. Heck, even Smash Bros. Brawl had a story mode, and that was 2008. Regardless, the story, or what little there is of it, is that heroes and villains from both the Marvel and Capcom universes are fighting each other, while at the same time trying to protect their worlds from the evil entity known as Galactus, who's trying to turn their worlds into food. Yes, he's only attacking our worlds because he's hungry. Wow. So yeah, the story's not fleshed out at all, but frankly, it doesn't need to be. It's a fighting game first and foremost, so the gameplay is what's important here. Okay, straight up, I love how this game looks. The entire aesthetic of the whole game is that of a comic book, and it really works. Somehow, even with all the Capcom characters, the art style manages to fit every single character, and that's amazing. I also just love how flashy the game looks in general, especially with the many super moves featured in the game. The voice acting for this game is also on point. Just about every iconic voice for these characters is present, including Nolan North as Deadpool.
You were recording that, weren't you, player? No. What do you mean you weren't recording that?
You want to know what else is on point in this game? The soundtrack. Dear God, this has to be one of my favorite fighting game soundtracks of all time. It's a brilliant mix of remixes of iconic tunes, but for the more obscure characters, they're so good. Like, how on earth could you come up with a theme for an obscure character like Nova? I have no idea, but these guys found a way, and god dang, it is one of the best tracks in the whole game. Good job, Fukusawa! Just getting this out of the way, I'm not that great at this game, but it's for good reason. UMVC3 is overwhelming with how fast-paced it is. In a lot of ways, Marvel vs. Capcom is the hardest fighting game to master, because if you panic a lot against aggressive opponents, like I do, then you earn a one-way ticket to butt-kicking town. Pacing aside, Marvel vs. Capcom is a 3v3 fighting game where you select from a wide assortment of Marvel and Capcom characters, both well-known and obscure, and fight each other for victory. Each and every character has their own unique moves, including super moves, and this is where the characters truly get to shine. Whether it be using everyday items as a combo of attacks, placing you in a torture chamber for the opponent's own amusement, or, if you're Deadpool, straight up use the super meter itself to smack the enemy opponent. That last one especially is my favorite. UMVC3 is a 6-button fighter. You have light, medium, and heavy attacks, a special button that launches your opponent in the air and spikes them back down, and 2 assist buttons to have your other 2 characters assist you. All of this may seem simple in practice, but just like Smash Bros. Melee, when you watch professionals play this game, it's just like watching an anime fight. Absolutely ridiculous. When it comes to the different modes, there's the traditional arcade mode where you face in several battles until fighting Galactus himself, Training Mode, which is exactly what it sounds like, and Heroes and Heralds Mode, where you can join the hero or villain side to decide the fate of the Earth. Speaking of Galactus, he's honestly a nice change of pace because of how big he is. All of his attacks deal massive amount of damage, and even has attacks that can one-shot you when his health is low. You will need to bring your A game if you're gonna beat this entity. As far as problems are concerned, UMVC3 does have a big one. Competitively, this game is not very well balanced. Characters like Zero and Virgil are just downright broken in the right hands, and characters like Felicia and Deadpool are basically worthless when compared to their competition. It's the same way with Melee. Only Fox, Falco, and Marth are the only characters you should ever use competitively, which just makes me sad. Overall, despite the lackluster balancing when it comes to competitive, Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 is still an excellent fighting game. And even though the skill ceiling is very high, the skill floor is still low enough for anybody to pick it up and play. So because of that, I'm going to give Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 a 5 out of 5. Until then, I'm Mr. Beaver, and I will see you all next time. Bye-bye!